Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah and today we're going to pick out my TBR for February. So I am filming this very early. I'm actually filming this like 2.5 weeks early from when I'm going to be posting this. So in terms of my prompts for last month, I'm just going to have to go over what I did and didn't get to in my wrap up for February. I'm trying to film this early so that way I don't have to worry about it later on and I can just have one less thing to stress about for the rest of the month. So it is currently, I believe, the 12th of January right now. So like I said, filming this very early, but I'm very excited for this. I will tell you that I am not doing very well as of right now with reading my books on my TBR. I didn't take into account winter wean or the fact that sometimes it's really hard to start books when everybody is home on break, let alone getting through something complicated. So not to mention I had videos that got shuffled around and things that just didn't work out like I was planning on. So everything is kind of, thank you. So everything is kind of chaotic right now. But that being said, I did not do a very good job with my January TBR. But we are just gonna move forward because it is January, it's the start of the year. Everything goes crazy at the beginning of the year. And like I said, plans change, things happen, and we're just gonna move on. So that being said, I'm going to do 6 throws. If you haven't been here before, welcome. I throw knives at a box to choose prompts for my TBRs monthly, and it's a lot of fun. I'm not very good at it, even though it's a box on the ground. I'm not very good at it. But I'm gonna do 6 throws and we will decide what I'm gonna be reading. Now, at least for the beginning of this year, I am going to start to allow myself to kind of swap books out as needed throughout the month, especially picking these this early. If I get to February and I decide, I actually don't feel like reading that book, or hey, I actually already read that book for January, I'm just gonna replace it with something else, and hopefully I'll have everything incorporated with vlogs, so that way I can update you and let you know that I'm swapping things out, but we're gonna hope for the best here. But anyways, let's get into our first throw. Prompt that I got is a number in the title. This is one that's been around for quite a while, or prompt that's been around for quite a while. And for that, I'm gonna pick up a book that I actually just picked up in January. I'm actually really excited to try this one out. It has really pretty pages on it. And that is The Deathless One by Emma Hamm. It says her death is just the beginning. It says, Jessamine was raised to be a leader for her people, but when the land is overrun by an incurable plague, she must enter a political marriage to save them all. A union meant to raise hope brings only death as her new husband murders her at the wedding altar and seizes the throne. Jessamine's spirit is met by the Deathless One, a god of death, yearning to return to the mortal plane, and he needs her help. The two of them make a deal, her life and the rest of her kingdom, in exchange for his resurrection. But this god is a known trickster, and bargains with him are sealed in blood. Jessamine knows the Deathless One is a dangerous ally, but the longer they work together, the more she is drawn to him. As their connection deepens, she begins to wonder if the more appealing throne is the one by his side, but will she turn her back on her people to get it? It says, for fans of enemies to lovers, shadow daddies, and feminine rage, this book is a must-read. So I'm definitely curious to try this out. The word of God always gets my attention in books. I think they're so interesting to see how that happens. And the fact that she gets murdered on her wedding day, like, it immediately had me hooked. I'm so curious to see what happens with this book. It's not super long. And like I said, the pages are super pretty. Like, look at that. They're so pretty. So this is the one I'm going to choose for the number in the title. The next prompt prompt that I got is to continue a series. And for that one, this isn't gonna be any big surprise. I have not picked up. The next prompt that I got is continue a series. And for that one, this should come as no surprise. But I haven't picked this one up at all yet in January, and I need to, and I have video plans around it. But I'm going to be continuing on in Dungeon Crawler Carl. This is Butcher's Masquerade. This is book 5. And if I do read this one before the end of January, I will be picking up book 6 in February. So I will pick up book 6 in February if I do actually get to this one. But I don't plan on getting to this chunker before the end of the month as much as I want to. It's just not looking like it's in the cards for me. So I'm going to put this one onto my February TBR. It'll definitely be read between now and then. And so I'm really excited. This is book 5, like I said. And I've talked about this quite a bit. So if you've been here before, you know that I've talked about this. I'm sure you've probably heard about Dungeon Crawler Carl and about Donut. And I love these books. So I'm having such a great time with them. This is one of the few series that I've been like continuously picking up like on a regular basis. At least once a month, if not 2 books in a month. So I'm loving these. I am learning that the lit RPG books are actually ones that I'm a huge fan of. Like I loved Ready Player One, which I never really thought about it. And then How to Become the Dark Lord and Die Trying by Django Wexler. I loved that. I just read How to Defeat the Demon King in 10 Easy Steps. There's another one by David Dalglish that I really want to try out called Level Unknown. So I'm learning that this lit RPG thing is totally for me apparently because they keep grabbing my attention, and this is no different. But this is set in a video game type of world. Aliens have come, they've destroyed our world, they've opened up these dungeons that give us, or give humans the possibility to go through the dungeons and be able to live. And Carl goes through with his ex-girlfriend's cat, Princess Donut. She is a show cat, and they're going through the levels. These books are amazing. I love these books so much. They have humor, they have action, they have some serious things in them, and lots of fun. I love all the different worlds in each level that we go through in each book, and it's just such a great time. So I am going to be continuing on this with this series. Like I said, if I read this one before February, then I will pick up book 6, which is The Bedlam Bride. So I have both here at the house, so I will pick up whichever one I'm on before February is over. The next prompt that I got is a new release. And now there's quite a few books coming out in February that I'm really looking forward to. So we have And Now Back to You by B.K. Borison, but that comes out on February 24th. So that's out. The Astral Library by Kate Quinn that comes out on February 17th. It's like a magical realism by Kate Quinn, and I'm so excited for it, but I'm not going to choose that one. We have Operation Bounce House by Matt Thieneman that comes out on February 10th. It's not Dungeon Crawler Carl as far as I know. It is separate, but I really want to try it out because I love his writing style and I'm having such a great time with his books. We also have a book that I never heard of before until I was looking on Amazon or Goodreads for some reason or another, and I came across Dollface by Lindy Ryan. That comes out on February 24th as well. And this book quickly became something that I'm super excited to read. It's like 90s Barbie slasher is what this book was described as, and I was sold. I want to read that book. But again, it doesn't come out until the 24th of February, so I'm not going to put that one on my TBR. And then we also have For Human Use by Sarah G. Pierce. This one is from Orbit, and that one comes out on February 10th. I really want to read this one. It's like a really messed up like dating type book, and I really want to try it out. But again, that's not the one that I'm going to put on my TBR. Those are just ones that I'm probably going to buy at some point. Maybe not buying the BK Borison because I got the first one from the library, but the rest of those I really want to purchase in February. So thank God I didn't get a don't buy any books this month prompt because there's a lot of books I want to buy in February. But the one that I am going to go with is The Elsewhere Express by Samantha Sada Yambao. Now, this is, I believe, completely separate from Water Moon, and I loved Water Moon. It was in my top 10 of 2025. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was just one of those that you could just like dive in with no expectations, and you just go along for the ride, and I had a great time. So she has a new book that is coming out on January 20th, here in a couple of weeks. We're not there yet for me right now, but I do plan on picking that book up when it comes out, and I really, really want to be able to read it right away because I loved Water Moon. So that's the one I'm going to put on my February TBR for a new release, is The Elsewhere Express by Samantha Sada Yambao. And I don't have the description because my phone is, I believe, in the hands of my daughter right now. So otherwise, I would have a description up, but we'll talk about the description once I get it. The next prompt that I got is gillyweed. And I did last year this Mandrake March bingo board, and that's what this is from. This is from my Harry Potter inspired bingo board that I did back in March, and this was one of my prompts, and that is a book that is water or sea setting. And for that one, and I have a couple of these in my TBR, so you can kind of watch for those. But the book I'm going to choose for this prompt is Ship of Spells by H. Layton Dixon. I'm really curious about this book. I'm so excited to try it. I bought this when it came out, and it says, a war-scarred mage, a sentient ship, a secret that could drown empires. When Ensign Blue Mage Honor Wren is rescued from the wreckage of her first naval post, she expects death or disgrace. Instead, she wakes aboard the Touchstone, a mythic vessel whispered of in dockside ballads and royal war rooms alike. With a crew of misfits, a mysterious elven captain, and a mission tied to the Dreadwall, the crumbling barrier that has kept the overland and nether sea from open war for 100 years. But the tragedy that sank her last ship didn't just take lives, it left something behind. Now Wren carries a secret everyone wants, a magic that's chimeric, arcane, and slowly killing her. But the captain's mission may be her only chance to survive, even if he still doesn't trust her. Caught between privateers, princes, and spies, Wren knows each choice could sink her future or set the sea on fire. I'm so excited to read this book, and it's not very big. Oh, look at that. I think I showed this before when I bought it, but I'm so excited to read this book. I hope that I love it. I want to try more books that are set at sea. Like, I read Trust the Emerald Sea a couple of years ago, and I loved it. I thought it was really, really good. I had a really good time with it, and I always like buy them, but I don't read them. So I'm really excited to pick this one up. I think it's gonna be really interesting. This one is part of my Romantasy bingo board as well, so it'll cross something off from there. And I'm just really looking forward to this book. Again, it's not super long, but it is stunning. Look at that. So pretty. And I'm really excited for this one. So this is what I'm gonna do for my gillyweed or water or sea setting prompt. The next prompt that I got is by Sarah, and for this one's been on my TBRs before. I've talked to you guys about it before. I need to read it. I want to read it. I've read from this author before and really enjoyed her books, but I still haven't read this one yet. So I'm going to be doing, once again, Servant of Earth by Sarah Hawley. This one says, Kenna Heron is best known for her village for being a little wild, some say half feral, but she'll need every ounce of that ferocity to survive captivity in the cruel Fae court. Trapped as a servant in the fairies' underground kingdom of Mistay, Kenna must help her new mistress undertake 6 deadly trials, one for each branch of magic: earth, fire, light, void, illusion, and blood. If she succeeds, her mistress will gain immortality and become the heir to Earth House. If she doesn't, the punishment is death, for both mistress and servant. With no ally but a sentient dagger of mysterious origins, Kenna must face monsters, magic, and grueling physical tests, but worse dangers await her underground, and soon Kenna gets caught up in a secret rebellion against the inventively sadistic fairy king. When her feelings for the rebellion's leader turn passionate, Kenna must decide if she's willing to risk her life for a better world and a chance at happiness. Surviving the trials and overthrowing a tyrant king will take cunning, courage, and an iron will, but even that may not be enough. I have heard such amazing things about this series, and I bought this before I had even heard anything about this series, just knowing Sarah Hawley from her Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon books, and I really enjoyed those. I liked her writing in those. So I'm really excited to try something that's a little bit more fantasy heavy, a little bit less romance, but it's still there, you know? So I'm really excited to read this book. I just haven't gotten to it yet, and I really want to buckle down and get this read. I have video plans for this book, and I just need to read it. I'm so excited to read it, and I still have not picked it up yet. So this one is once again going on my TBR for February. Let's see if I could get this dang thing read this time. And last but not least, our sixth and final book that we got, or prompt that we got, I should say, is an old timer. Now this is a prompt that I've had on and off for like since I started this channel, but that one is one that I'm trying to pick one of my oldest books on my TBR that I need to read. And for that one, I'm gonna go with one that I know that I've had forever, and it's one that I have been wanting to try for a long time, and I just haven't. It's one that my sister sent me years and years and years ago, and that is Descendant of the Crane by Joan He. This one, I think it might be YA, which is why I'm afraid to pick it up. But it says, tyrants cut out hearts, rulers sacrifice their own. Princess Hesina of Yon has always been eager to shirk the responsibilities of the crown, dreaming of an unremarkable life. But when her beloved father is found dead, she's thrust into power, suddenly the queen of a surprisingly unstable kingdom. What's more, Hesina believes that her father was murdered, and that the killer is someone close to her. Hesina's court is packed full of dissemblers and deceivers, eager to use the king's death for political gain. Each is plausibly guilty as the next. Her advisors would like her to blame the neighboring kingdom of Kendia, whose ruler has been mustering for war. Determined to find her father's actual killer, Hesina does something desperate. She enlists the aid of a soothsayer, a treasonous act punishable by death since magic was outlawed centuries ago. Using the information provided by the sooth, uncertain if she could trust her family, Hesina turns to Akira, a brilliant investigator who's also a convicted criminal with secrets of his own. With the future of Yon at stake, can Hesina find justice for her father, or will the cost be too high? So it does sound interesting. Now reading that once again, I'm not sure if it's YA or not. I just always had the impression that it was. But either way, I've been needing to read this book for a really, really long time, decide if I like it or not. It sounds interesting. I'm definitely curious about it, and I need to finally read this book and figure out if I want to keep it on my shelves or not. It has been on here for far too long. And so this is the one that I'm going to be choosing for my old timer. So all in all, these are the 6 books that I am choosing for my February TBR. It is very, very fantasy heavy, but that's what I've been in the mood for. That's what I've been wanting to read. I want to read fantasy, I want to read romantasy, and I want to read Dungeon Crawler Carl. So this is what I'm choosing. I'm so excited for these. Have you read any of these? Do you love them? Do you hate them? I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you so much for being here, hanging out with me for a little bit. Wish me luck, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.